Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 11th, 2017, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the economic events today, no major economic events scheduled for today. But as the week progresses, we've got a couple of important things coming out, including a cash rate decision coming out of Great Britain later this week. We have obviously weekly oil inventories that are coming up, and CPI number coming out on Thursday from the United States. So we got a bunch of numbers coming out, but let's see what's been going on in the market today. So I'm going to start here with the Dow Jones. If you look here at the Dow Jones, big gap up, as you can see right here, starting the day at 21,917. We have this huge gap up, almost 200-point gap up. Okay, that's a major, and you can't write this stuff. Like we hit this support level at 21,735, and this was here up from last week, right? And if you bought a little bit right at this level, right now you'd be up almost 200 points on this gap up move. Now you can't anticipate these things, but with the tensions in North Korea kind of easing, or putting in the back burner, however you want to call it, with the hurricanes already over or in the midst of over, there was a lot of uncertainty last week that was more news related. And so after the dust settles, this is what happens. The markets react better. They get back to themselves. And as we're heading into the mid-September month, I think there's a little bit of a correction here in terms of, okay, we're going to fight out between the bulls and the bears. And this is really where the cards are going to fall, because if we don't go higher, then we may have a correctional move. Now, this correctional move is not going to be a bloodbath. I don't think that it's going to be something that we saw in 2008, but I think that we will have a correctional move going into the end of the year between now and November. I still think that we're going to rally into the end of the year. There's no catalyst, okay, that we're going to sell off. Now, President Trump has his situation, okay, that's been put to the back burner as well. So, things are news related. So just keep an eye on that as this unfolds. So with that said, with the Dow Jones rallying this week, we're going to see a little bit of a rotation. I believe we're looking here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, we're just trading below 120.15 right here, but we traded as close as 121, but we didn't hit it. Okay, and then we retrace and trading at 120. Now, if we don't hold this 120 level, I think we could have a correctional move back down to this 119.20-ish level. It's a 100-pip move, but it's a move, okay? I'm not saying that it's, going back down to 114, 113. I don't think that that's going to happen, but I do believe that we'll have a correctional move, maybe test this 118.80 on the extreme side as the week progresses, okay? So keep an eye on this. Looking at the GBP, we're almost hitting a double top here, okay, in the daily chart. So that's really a major position for us to be. And remember, the GBP was, lagging behind the euro versus the dollar, okay, and finally it caught up and then some. And so we're at this resistance level here. So I believe that we're going to have a correctional move, maybe down to 130-ish and a half-ish level, 130.74-ish level, about these areas of where we could retrace to. Okay, so just keep an eye on that as this unfolds later today. With the price of the Dow Jones going up, what happens to gold? Gold goes down, retraces. So this is exactly what happened this morning. Gapping down for the gold, as you can see here. I'm going to just highlight it here. Big gap down at 113.37, so we're 1,337, excuse me, let's say it correctly, and we're down almost 20 points for our high of the year of 1378-ish level. Okay, so 20 points off of our high. This is a normal level to retrace. Now, what I'd like to see here, if we do really retrace it, okay, is for us to break this 133 level, which I think is a considerable amount of support level here. So keep an eye on this as this unfolds as we enter. Now, if this does breach at 1,333, then I believe we could get down to the 1,300-ish level again. So just keep an eye on this, because this is really an important move for the gold. Now, oil retraced a little bit after last week. We had a little bit of uncertainty. Again, it's news driven, so there's going to be a lot of fading, and there's going to be a lot of, correctional moves, as we call it, into the market as the market retraces a little bit. So you've seen that right here with the price of oil as well, a little bit of a retracement. Now looking at the USD CAD, CAD had retraced a little bit nicely last week. We had a rate decision come out. Didn't affect it much after the rate decision, but we may experience a little bit of a bounce here as we've settled down here with the weakening of the dollar versus the Canadian dollar. So I do anticipate a little bit of a bounce here, so keep an eye on this as well as this unfolds later today. Looking at the Aussie USD, we're still holding strong here. Okay, we're not retracing just one bit. Whereas some of the others, I would say, maybe look for a, for a short position, maybe ease into it as the week progresses. Excuse me, with the Aussie, I don't see that happening. I see the Aussie getting very strong and still firming up and not showing any sort of relief here. Okay, this is, relatively a small retracement considering where we've come through for, the past year. So keep an eye on this as well as this retraces as well, and as this solidifies, excuse me, and these levels, it may be a good opportunity. If it weathers the storm and doesn't retrace any further, then it might be a good position to actually look into the long side of it. This is Razak at CM Trading, and I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.